Hello everyone, today we are checking out obkatiekat and Apricot covering 115. Now, this came out just recently, about a week ago, and I am super excited to get into this. A couple of you have recommended this to me, especially after Froot's last Sun Killer cover that we checked out on this channel, which was amazing, and I'm super excited to check this one out. So without further ado, let's just jump right on into things in 3, 2, 1... play. Ooh, flashing lights, so be careful. Ooh. Okay. Oh, stunt. Ooh, strong start. I'm already liking how we're transitioning into those different slowdown breakdowns on the drum set while keeping a progression. You know, we've still got that snare hyped up, but we're getting that guitar slowing down with the bass drum to kind of create this lull. I'm really liking how clean that transition was there. Nice. Ooh, nice. That was excellent. Notice how the entire bass section of the mix pulled out and isolated the vocals there with the treble guitar. That was really nice. That's an excellent way to just focus on the vocals, and can I just say her vocals were amazing there. I really liked those jumps up high. They were super smooth. Nice. Oh, okay, nice. We got the 2 jumps up high and then coming down a little lower. Not too much of a drop lower as much as we went up high, but it's 2 jumps up high, then keeping it pretty consistent, and then we're introducing the bass tones once more after the treble-centric breakdown. Nice. That was great. I really like that. That was really into it. We are not getting like a crazy amount of support on the screaming here, but I'm pretty sure that's intentional because we're trying to isolate the tones a bit. We're trying to isolate those treble tones with Kat or Katie there earlier, and then we're getting those bass tones through Froot. And what's actually quite interesting is that treble-centric guitar was kept consistent throughout. So that treble-centric guitar, its goal by sustaining it through the vocals is not there as a treble tone identifier. It's there to push the song forward. It's there for progression. And then we're getting Katie's voice on the treble tone, Froot's voice, as well as the guitar, as well as the drums, focusing on that bass tone. And I think the way that Katie jumped up high, already a pretty treble-centric vocal track, jumping up high reinforces that treble isolation where there aren't a lot of tracks, you know, backing her up on the treble. So keeping that fluctuation, keeping that variation in the treble vocal track while keeping the intensity of multiple tracks on the bass is a nice juxtaposition to have there in the mix. I really like that. Ooh, nice. I'm liking the variation we're getting there. We're getting some variation in the screams as well. I call them screams, but it's really just sort of that metal, grungy, growling voice, adding that vocal fry in, adding that... It's a distortion effect for a vocalist, really. And we're getting a Froot manipulating... You can hear how her mouth widens when she says no there. She attacks it with no and then widens her mouth a bit to create this ow kind of, you know, that twang to the projection of the note. And then Katie is hitting those high notes beautifully. I absolutely love what she's adding to song. It's so smooth how she's hitting those notes. And just to listen to that little bum bum bum. Interesting. We're getting this like this guitar really low in the mix that's almost reminiscent of like a Avenged Sevenfold song almost. It's got this like Hail to the King-esque pedal tone pattern that's very suppressed, surprisingly suppressed in the mix. Oh. Interesting. So we're getting the distorted rhythm guitar sort of attacking those interjections of the vocal track. That's all. So it's almost functioning as a rhythmic, backup alongside the drums, which are holding pretty consistent. The backing guitar track way down low in the mix with even some digital like compression over it. It's faded out. That sounds like it's essentially like a lead guitar pattern that's brought way down, and the vocals are very clear here. So we're getting that juxtaposition between the grunginess, the dark distortion, versus that clarity up high on the treble, really, really focusing on that comparison in this mix. That was nice. Oh, interesting. I was not expecting it to jump straight into a instrumental breakdown from there. I was expecting it to interject with the Bring Me 115. I was expecting that to happen multiple times, sort of like as a interjection replacing the rhythmic guitar. And I say replacing, it would be more likely backing up, or rather overlaying that guitar track that was interjecting the treble vocals. But that was an interesting composition choice. It just goes straight into an instrumental breakdown. Again, we're getting this very, very compressed, very faded guitar track that sounds like it would be normally the lead. And I suppose it still is essentially the lead guitar, but it's so compressed, it's essentially functioning as a rhythm guitar would. And it's not having a crazy variation or anything either. It's sort of just like a looping riff. I have to say, Katie's vocals are so clear, and it's such a beautiful booming voice. It reminds me of like Nightwish. The way we have that, like, obviously she's not necessarily singing operatically or in a symphonic sense here, but in Nightwish just get that clarity of the vocalist over the normal metal intensity. I say normal, I don't mean that in a bad way at all. Nice. I'm having a hard time identifying if Froot is inhaling for that or exhaling for that. I think she's exhaling for that, but every once in a while it sounds like she's inhaling, like, oh. Well, I don't know why I'm trying to do that. I probably can't do it anywhere close to how she does it, but kind of that inhale. If you like do that while you're trying to talk, it's sort of that sort of tone. But I can't tell if that's what she's doing or if she's exhaling and getting that growl and that grunginess from her own voice or chest. Probably not the chest, probably the voice. It's a very, very focused juxtaposition between that clarity and that grunginess. And I think that if I listen to the original, it would probably be similar, but I'm not too sure. Nice. Ooh, nice. Ooh. Interesting. On the line where she says, "I'll bring you down on my own," that's when she gets vocal backing. She gets a vocal backing on the line where she says she's on her own. That's interesting there. Ooh, nice. We're getting more intensity from Katie's voice here, and I would like to point out that, and I could be mistaken here, but it definitely sounds like, to me, that guitar in the back of the mix is getting less and less compressed. It sounds like it's getting higher and higher in the mix. So, I'm thinking we're going to kind of hit that climax with that guitar at full force. I have to say, I think the song would personally be a lot more catchy if that Bring Me 115 happened multiple times. Just that segment of the clean vocals and then the Bring Me 115, if that like looped a couple times, I think that would have been a much catchier hook. Ooh, we're getting Froot singing on the clean vocals here. That was nice. Nice. I have to say, I really like Froot on these clean vocals. I really like her voice on the clean vocal here. Ooh. Nice. I really like Froot on the clean vocal. Obviously, she's lower in pitch, so she isn't really attacking those treble notes as Katie was, but I really, really like her voice on this part. And also, I believe we also got Katie on the backing vocal. That could have just been Froot doing another backing vocal for her own track, but if that was Katie on the backing vocal, that also backed it up very nicely. Nice. Was that Katie on the scream there? I think that was Katie doing that. Yeah, so I think Froot's doing the clean vocals here. Katie's doing the scream. That was really nice. And I think Katie might be a little bit more familiar with the scream because that scream there sounds a lot more full and a lot more intense. There we go. As I mentioned before, we're getting that repetition of Bring Me 115, and I'm pretty sure this is definitely Katie on the scream here. She sounds a lot more comfortable. Obviously, Froot did a wonderful job with the screams before, but getting Katie on these screams here, she sounds a lot more familiar with it, just because she's matching the bass tonality of the instrumentation while also adding more support and intensity into her projection there. That's really nice. Nice. Interesting transition for an outro. I would have expected more of a reference towards the chorus, but nonetheless, that was excellent. I really, really like that. I have to say, I admittedly liked Katie's vocals on the screaming part a lot more than Froot's vocals, but I liked Froot's vocals on the clean part a lot more than Katie's. Obviously, both of them were amazing. I'm not saying one was better than the other, like, in general, at all, because they were both amazing vocalists. We didn't really get too much of Katie on the screaming and Fruit on the clean until towards the end. So I would have liked a little more of that. Maybe if they like alternated between each like verse. But that was really nice. Nonetheless, that was really really nice. I really liked that. I have to check out the original and see what they did different after this, because I feel like that will be an interesting breakdown for me to personally go through. Though that would probably be would probably take too long for a video. But nonetheless, that was a lot of fun. I really really liked that. I hope all of you enjoyed as well. Thank you very much for recommending this. This was really really fun. As always, feel free to recommend more in the comments below. Simply leave the name of the song and the title of the channel that I can find it on. Aside from that, I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much.